Hello everyone, it's Emma and welcome back to my channel where I talk about all sorts of things zero waste, focusing on free, easy, and fun ways to live low waste. Today, I'm showing you a look inside my zero waste kitchen. I've never actually done one of these before, and this is my third kitchen now in the last 4 years. 5 years? No time like the present. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to show you my zero waste swaps and habits that I do to make a more eco-friendly kitchen. Take what you will. Let us know down below how you have an eco-friendly kitchen, because surely I don't do it all. I have a big jar collection right here. Jars that I use as cups, jars that I use as jars that are like, this is like a nice mason jar. I think this had honey in it. And then of course tons of jars like this mustard jar, this jam jar, that are just old jars that I reuse for things like packing lunch, for putting leftovers in the fridge, and so forth. We're parked a little bit on an angle, so this cabinet's gonna keep hitting me in the head. All right, up here we have one of my, if not the zero waste swap for an RV. These containers from Stojo. So great for the RV because they pack down to be this size. Space matters in an RV. Here they are full size. They pop up. They have a lid, so like we use them to eat dinner at home. We use them to pack our lunches for work. We love a multi-purpose item, and they're non-breakable. They're dishwasher safe, microwave safe. Overall, these containers are amazing for like all different walks of life, but specifically for RV living because of all those things. Other dishes we like to use are these bowls. They're very nice big bowls that I got at Goodwill for probably like 50 cents. They're very, very nice. Again, non-breakable for the RV is always a win. And then these really, really nice plastic plates are from Year and Day. They are made out of bioplastics, which are pretty cool, and they're really, really heavy duty and nice. I had some secondhand really thin plates before, but they were not cutting it. They weren't very nice. They were getting cut up. I really, really like these. Are heavy duty and are definitely built to last. Also up here is our abundance of containers. We still use plastic containers again because we're living in an RV where we do have to think about things like how much weight we're towing and how breakable stuff is when we are in transit. So we are using plastic containers still, but all of these are stuff that we got as like wedding gifts and like house gifts when we first got married, and we're still putting them to good use 6.5 years later. They still have a lot of life left in them, and we're going to keep using them until they're no longer usable. Moving on to one of my favorite features is this fruit basket, and I might be a little biased because I made it. So I made this out of wooden dowels and 100% cotton yarn. It is machine washable. I like to wash it by hand and then just set it out in the sun and let it shrink a little bit. As you can see, it's a little saggy right now, and it would be nice if it was a little bit more tight so that it didn't hit the stuff down here. So this is just a zero waste kitchen habit hack, I guess, is when we got home from the grocery store today, I removed all of the old fruit from last week, put the new fruit in, and then put the old fruit back on top. So that way we would eat the old fruit first, as well as this old bag of bagels first. That way it doesn't go to waste. And as you can see, I still use some plastic. You can learn more about the things that I still buy in plastic as an environmentalist in this video. A lot of it being I don't really have time to make stuff like breads and bagels, and now I have less room to do that sort of stuff in the RV. Hopefully one day I can get back into making stuff like breads and bagels because it does reduce waste and it can be really easy if you have the time. I work 8.5 hours. I have an hour commute round trip, and then I get home and I have to work on this stuff, so I just don't have time to do it right now. But honestly, that's about the only thing we still buy in plastic consistently is breads. Other stuff we have over here is we have this bottle. It's deceiving because it says Clorox, but it's not Clorox anymore. We bought this when we moved into the RV because we didn't have soap and we needed soap like instantly. We didn't have time to seek out an eco-friendly brand, so we used it all. And then just last week we took it to our refill store here in Spokane Refillery if you're local. I had them fill up a quart jar, and then I poured it in here when I got home. But yeah, the soap is from the refill store, which I really love. This is a jar that didn't have a lid, and instead of recycling it, I'm using it as like a dish vase. We have this crusty brush that we first got in our first house, so obviously it's not eco-friendly. It was just what we found. We have this brush, which is a little more eco-friendly. It's metal and bamboo from Nutter, as well as an old bamboo toothbrush, which is really, really great for scrubbing small surfaces. I have a copper scrubber from Package Free Store, and we have a organic bamboo dish scrubber from a brand that I no longer want to endorse. So for the Package Free Store or Grove or Earth Hero has one if you're looking for one of those. Another thing I really like for dishes is this wooden dish scrubber. We got this one from our local store called Huckleberries. You could find this probably at any natural store, any refill store, any zero waste store, online or in person. This looks like it's got some plastic components to it, so it's not the most eco-friendly, but it'll get the job done, and we found it locally. Also over here, we've got one plant We have 2 plants in here. The mother pothos over there, and this is her baby clipping. Oh, it's doing really good. It needs a little bit of water, but it's got some roots going. I really like pothos because they are low maintenance. The one in soil is thriving. This one in water is thriving. As you can see, I have forgotten to add water to this one. That one we forget to water all the time, and they're thriving. They're great for the RV. This is the extent of our garden. I regrow our green onion scraps, and look at this perfect little cup. It was from Spokane Brewfest. I typically hate hyper-personalized things like these, but I like that this doesn't say the year on it, so it can be reused. Reusing a souvenir and regrowing green onions. We are working through a lot of earth-grown wine right now. This wine is eco-friendly, and we are really big fans of it. Neither of us are really big fans of like fancy wines. We're not like wine snobs or connoisseurs or sommeliers. We like Stella Rosa, sweet. It's probably not even considered wine to most people, but this stuff is pretty good. And like I said, it's grown eco-friendly. They use less glass than the average. They use natural cork. So I love what they're doing if you're in the market for some wine. This is one of my favorite zero waste swaps, and it is a authentic Japanese teapot that I got at Goodwill in Las Vegas. I didn't get it when I lived in Japan. The handle broke and I repaired it. And it's zero waste because it's this little metal basket. So you put bulk loose leaf tea in here. It's just so darling. Oh my gosh, another swap that I don't see many people talking about is Misto. It is a refillable oil sprayer. So, you know those ones from like the brand Pam, they're not recyclable. Typically anything aerosol is not recyclable despite it coming in metal. That's really wasteful. This is awesome. You just, well, it was pressurized. You unscrew it. It's got a little pump in here, and then you fill it with whatever neutral oil you want. And it has to be like an actual liquid oil. Don't put coconut oil in here. It will just solidify. And then you simply pump it to pressurize it. The best part is we get our canola oil in bulk. They also have olive oil at Huckleberry's, but they rarely actually have it in stock. Anyway, so we get our oil in bulk. We put it in this reusable thing. Boom. What I was using before that was like a cooking paintbrush and olive oil, and that was just so messy. So I absolutely love this. One zero waste habit that I like to do that I just mentioned in the ways to conserve energy video up here is when we make tea in said cute little kettle, I only fill up a mug's worth of water and put only that much water inside the kettle. That way I'm not boiling too much water. Like obviously you can reboil the water over and over again. The water won't go to waste, but it's more energy usage to boil more water than you're actually going to use. This is just going to be easier if we all sit on the floor together. Let me raise this up a little bit. All right, in this drawer, we have my favorite baskets that I got for the RV. These little guys. I have 3 more in our pantry. Our pantry is under our bench. These are from a brand called Hay, Hay. They're made out of recycled plastics, which are really cool. They also stack, like if we had space to stack them. And when you're not using them, they fold down really small. Anything else in here? We got our measuring cup secondhand from the previous owner of the RV. A lot of this stuff is secondhand. My lemon juicer is secondhand. My potato masher is secondhand. And then some of that stuff was wedding gifts that we have just taken good care of and used for the last 6.5 years. Nothing else significant in here. I do have several different reusable straws. I've got a glass one. I've got a metal one. That's bamboo. I have a metal one in here too. My personal favorite is the metal because they have like little rubbers on the end of them so that they're not so cold in your teeth. But this one is just so cute. Glass and curvy and like such a pretty shade of green. My least favorite is the bamboo because they are breakable and they hold the flavor. So like if you have a smoothie and then you rinse out your straw, even if you rinse it out really, really good and then drink water, your water is going to taste like a smoothie. Oh, my rubber band ball. I also no longer buy rubber bands, and if you want to learn more about things that I no longer buy as an environmentalist, you can check out this video. We just reuse rubber bands. Things from broccoli, asparagus, any sort of packaging that we buy. Like if we buy something that has wires that have been rubber banded together, I just put them in this little rubber band ball. And if we ever need rubber bands to organize anything, I have rubber bands, don't need to buy anything, and we're keeping those out of the landfill. In here is just our abundance of rags. Kind of the mishmash group in here. I literally just found this in the laundry room the other day, the laundromat. A lot of these we got as wedding gifts. Again, stuff that we are just taking care of and using and getting the most life out of as we can. I got a set of these. I think they're actually supposed to be curtains, but we use them as kitchen rags now. These are kitchen rags like for wiping hands, cleaning counters, as well as cleaning rags for like cleaning the bathroom and stuff. Probably get rid of a couple of these. Actually, I need to use these more. These were secondhand from the old RV owner. All right, in here. What do we got? This is my first clean canteen, and I do have to say it is a really, really nice tumbler, really nice cup. This coffee cup, I think it was Lomi. They sent me like a zero waste bundle. It's just like a little gift, and this was in there and I love it. This is just to highlight use what you already have. I bought this water bottle when I was in high school at like TJ Maxx or something. When I upgraded to an insulated one that I could use to like keep my water cold, this was Denahi's hand-me-down. This is Denahi's water bottle. So instead of buying like a fancy dog water bottle, he just got my hand-me-downs. Use what you already have. This is my favorite coffee cup. I did buy this brand new. It is from Camelback and Keep Nature Wild. It is the perfect size. It keeps stuff hot or cold. We got more Stojo in here. This is definitely not my favorite reusable coffee cup. It's kind of weird texturally. It's not bad. But what I do like about this, just like their bowls, hold on. Maybe. You can do it. And then I think that goes in there. So it does collapse, decently small. It's not perfect, but like if you're looking to throw something in your book bag or your purse, clearly it takes up a lot less room than this. So for like traveling, this can be really nice. Working through our last couple rolls of, I believe this is Who Gives a Crap recycled paper towels. I got paper towels from a couple brands last year and we're still working through them. They're great specifically for cleaning up pet messes. So that way we don't have to use our nice cleaning kitchen rags to clean that up. And I like the recycled ones over the bamboo ones. And you can learn more about why in this video. I've still got a couple bioplastic, nope, just one bioplastic sponge left from True Earth. I love these. Oh my gosh. They were so nice. So I'll use those after our copper scrubber quits working. I've also got, who are these from? Who Gives a Crap? A couple Swedish dishcloths. Both of these are bioplastic and reusable. So like you can reuse them over and over and over again until they start to get smelly, gross, or fall apart, and then you can compost them. I kid you not, we bought this roll of garbage bags 2 years ago when we first moved to Las Vegas, and we still have some left. Like we just don't make a lot of trash, which is really cool. And we're still reusing those. I also got these from Grove that are made out of recycled plastic. I always support the recycling industry when I can, and you can learn more about why recycling and supporting recycling is important in a video down there. I think I'm running out of cards. If I have one left, I'll use my last one on that video. Got Dan's reusable water bottle, more Swedish dishcloths, but this one actually came as like a roll of paper towels, which is pretty fun. I just don't really like Swedish dishcloths. They kind of freak me out. And then we have more trash bags back I'm so close to the camera. They're from Hold On. I love Hold On because I think they're bioplastic. I guess we'll pull some out. We have a variety of bags from Hold On. I think these are small. Yeah, these are small trash bags. We've got some large trash bags and some zipper bags, all from Hold On. They're all amazing. I've been using them for a long time. Yeah, they are compostable. So they're bioplastic, which is really cool. If you can get bioplastic or recycled trash bags instead of brand new plastic, it's a small step in the right direction. Even though it is compostable, even though it will end up in the landfill because you're using it as a trash bag, it's less harmful to grow plants than it is to extract new oil to create new bags. A set of mixing bowls and strainer and funnel. All of this was secondhand, except for this. This was part of a wedding gift. I found this one in the trash. Look how nice this is. And then that's essentially where we keep like beer and stuff because we don't have a lot of room in the fridge. So when we want a beer or other beverage, we have a box of soda too. We just put one in the fridge at a time because the fridge is so small. A last favorite swap of mine is a reusable baking mat. It's better than parchment paper. Of course, we do have our fancy Misto oil sprayer, but I find that this is definitely the least stick and the easiest to clean up as well. Instead of trying to clean off oil, this is just so much easier to clean. This is our like 4th baking mat. One of them I cut with a pizza cutter, so don't cut stuff on a baking mat. And our most recent one got a bubble in it. I've never seen that happen before. It was very scary. So we bought a new one. All of our pans for the oven and all of our like pans and pots for the stove all came secondhand from the last RV owner. I also wanted to show you my grocery list. Why is this eco-friendly? It's just scrap pieces of paper. Let's see, do I have anything fun in here? This one has something printed on it. What is this? Where did I get this? Denim and Diamonds? UNLV? Searchlight, Nevada? I have not the slightest idea where that came from. We will just write our grocery list on here and then look how many times I can unfold this, but there's still a blank spot. So I'll fold that, use the blank spot until this page is completely full, and only then will I put it in the recycle bin. So using scrap paper and then using the scrap paper over and over and over again to use as little paper as possible and then recycling it. Always use your scrap paper. Don't just write like one thing on one piece of paper and then throw it in the recycle bin. Even though you're recycling, get the most use out of it first. Into the freezer, we have my ice cube tray. I got this secondhand. It's super, super nice. It is 100% silicone and then it has a little storage container. I had a plastic ice cube tray before this, but it literally broke. I don't know if we had just have really hard water here or something, but I found the silicone works best. Our water situation here. We also have, I'm not going to show you up close, our frozen bag of compost. so that it doesn't get stinky. And then when we do compost with our loamy, I just get out the bag on the day that we need to compost. I've got a reusable ice pack. I've got a reusable ice helmet. Again, I talked about this in my migraine video. Oh man, it feels so nice. This one's not the most eco-friendly. I got it on Amazon, but like it helps me so much. One of my favorite kitchen swaps is stasher bags, specifically for the freezer. They are just so nice that they seal all the way, are reusable. I find that they keep the freezer taste out of your stuff too, because they're really thick silicone. So I use them mostly for the freezer, not so much for anything else. And then I like to make our own cookie dough, portion it out into little balls of dough, and then we can either eat cookie dough or bake cookies as we see fit, instead of buying wasteful break and bakes. And then that batch also made like 4 dozen cookies. And then we have this bag of frozen brown bananas that we use as summer dog treats. They're super tasty. I think Denali seems to really enjoy them, and then they're cold, so I think that's really nice for him in the summer. I don't think I mentioned this in this video. Our local store called Yolks has kombucha on tap from a local-ish kombucha brewer called Bear Culture Kombucha. Love their kombucha, and I love that we can find it on tap, so we always have a kombucha growler in the fridge. Just like I do with my fruit basket, any new produce we get goes on the bottom of the produce drawer down here, and then the old stuff gets moved up to the top. I've been in a real DIY pickle kick recently. Super easy to just combine salt, sugar, water, vinegar, dill, cucumbers, which you can all get very low waste. Make your own pickles in a reused jar. Another reused jar has some water in it because our tap water is not very cold. So when we get home from a long day at work, it's nice to have some ice cold water. Or after a long day of filming. We have some more plastic in here. Things like tofu, hummus, salsa, and then a few other produce things like cherries and berries that we can't find plastic free. Just keeping it real, you know? But we do have access to a bulk store here. Our local store called Huckleberries. We can get stuff in bulk like maple syrup, chia seeds. And then we love leftovers. We like to cook leftovers because it's really easy to pack for lunches for work. So we are big fans of leftovers, and we always eat all of our leftovers to prevent food waste. I don't think we have anything inherently eco-friendly about our pantry other than stuff I have already mentioned. Like I said, we have the bulk store Huckleberries where we get all of our grains, things like quinoa, rice, nuts, a lot of spices. We've got salt, pepper, turmeric, cinnamon, all that we get in bulk, all in reused jars as well, which is really cool. We also have, I guess, 4 more baskets from Hay in here, which are the perfect size for this drawer. They look cute. I didn't just get them because they look cute, okay? I got them because I needed specific sizes, and I wasn't going to just rely on a thrift store to find that exact size that I needed. Plus, I'd like to support an eco-friendly brand when I can. So we do have a lot of reused and secondhand baskets up in our other part of our pantry. But this pantry down here, we also just do a lot of canned goods to reduce plastic waste. This is 100% recyclable paper and metal. While we're down here, I'll show you our recycling and our trash setup. This is our recycling bin because it's bigger. We use those bags that I mentioned earlier, the bags that we're still reusing from Las Vegas, or the recycled bags from Grove. And then since it's just recycling, we take it to the recycling center on base, which requires us to sort it. It takes us less than 5 minutes to do that. And then we reuse the bag over and over again until like it starts to rip. And then we'll use it as our trash bag. Our trash is over here, again in one of those recycled bags. And because we don't do food waste, we don't necessarily have to have a lid on our trash. It just kind of sits here in the corner in a tiny trash can. And it gets the small trash can because that's the least amount of waste we create. We create more recycling and compost than we do actual trash, which is pretty cool. We've got the baskets from Hay. These baskets I think I got at Goodwill. They were, oh my gosh, look how perfectly they fit spices in here. Found them at Goodwill. A lot of stuff in bulk. Again, we've got raisins, we've got nuts, oats. We get a lot of our package-free tea in bulk as well. I know it's a plastic bag, but we take these bags back to the bulk store and just reuse them over and over again, and then use our loose leaf tea in our cute little teapot. I have another basket in here that I made, again, out of wood and 100% cotton yarn. This one in here is to hold things like onions, potatoes, garlic, and stuff that needs to be kept in a dark place. And that's really it. A lot of our stuff is secondhand. We like to support eco-friendly brands when possible. And of course we have some habits that make our kitchen more eco-friendly, like shopping at the bulk store, storing our produce properly so that it stays fresh, eating leftovers, and so forth. I guess while we're on the topic, if you want to learn more about food waste and when we need to prevent food waste from the landfill, you can check out this video up here. Dan just walked by and I got embarrassed. And again, let us know how you make your kitchen eco-friendly down below. And if you want a full eco-friendly RV tour, you can check out this video up here where I show you our eco-friendly bedroom and closet and bathroom and this area. But I think that's it. Thanks for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. I really appreciate your time. I will see you in next week's video. Until then though, remember that your small actions make a big difference in the long run. Bye guys. Maybe I should film over here sometimes. It's kind of a nice angle.